there YouTube, and welcome to a Who review. So I'm back after my week away, and yeah, I thought I'd finish off my whole reviews of the 10th Doctor now by reviewing Doctor Who Midnight. Midnight. This is a filler episode from series 4, and in this, the Doctor and Donna go to the planet Midnight, where the Doctor goes off on his own on a trip to these crystals, whilst Donna, she stays at the resort and relaxes in luxury. And upon travelling there on the ship, a mysterious force breaks its way in, and even though it's impossible that something can live on Midnight, something does, and it gets into the ship and takes over one of the passengers, Sky, who then starts repeating everything everybody's saying, till eventually she singles it down to just repeating after the Doctor. So then the Doctor eventually starts to repeat after her, but after the hostess realises that this entity is, taking the Doctor's words away, she takes herself down with this entity. And of course the Doctor then is reunited with Donna, and they go on to more adventures. So let's get on to my likes and dislikes. First of all, this was a pretty interesting filler episode. It wasn't boring and it definitely was suspenseful and entertaining. I like the Midnight Monster, the entity that possesses Sky, who is played by Leslie Sharp in this. And God, the performance she puts on is just brilliant, and the way she's acting. And this episode was quite creepy. It played an unsettling it played an unsettling soundtrack, and and it's like everyone was getting paranoid and scared, because it's like, what is this thing? What is the Midnight entity? Not even the Doctor knew, and he wanted to try and understand it, what it wanted, what it was doing, and why it was like doing what it was. And the other passengers getting scared and frightened and panicking, not knowing what to do and getting scared of this. It basically taps around on fear and what people will do in extreme times when they're scared. And like I say, this was quite a scary episode. Doctor Who, when it gets dark and creepy, it gets dark and creepy, and this episode is a good example of that. I mean, it's nothing like Blink, like the Weeping Angels, but still, an unknowing creature that is repeating everything people are saying. What is it? The Doctor was curious as well. But this looked like a very cheap episode to make. It's like they didn't do much with the visuals. It's like they did a bit of green screen stuff for the planet Midnight, and then the rest of it was like, and there's like a scene with Donna and they're at the resort, but then a majority of this episode takes place in a small ship, a small vehicle. So it's like, and this actually works for me. This also had a few guest appearances, including Carol off EastEnders. It had Merlin in it from the TV show Merlin, Colin Morgan. Later that same year he became Merlin. And it also got and we also had Leslie Sharp, a guest star in it too, who has been in many shows, including the ITV supernatural crime drama Afterlife. And we also got Patrick Troughton's son in this, Dave Troughton, who had been in it before back in the 60s and was in this one with David Tennant. He played a very interesting character as well, a professor. Even Rose sneaks a little cameo in there on the screens of the ship that was like a plane. Yeah. But this is quite a good episode, surprisingly good and very unsettling. Is there anything I dislike about this one? Not really. I can't think of anything. I think this is quite a good episode. dark, creepy, unsettling. And David Tennant always puts up a good performance playing the Doctor, and he was good in this one. So yeah, and also this was like, he was like on his own in this. Donna wasn't there. I mean, she was in the beginning and she was in the opening and the closing act of this episode, but like I said, she stays at the resort to relax in luxury, so the Doctor didn't have like her full help there. He was like completely on his own, no help of a companion, which doesn't happen too much in Doctor Who. The Doctor isn't always alone. He always has the companion to help him and support him and stuff, but in this he didn't. But like I say, there's been episodes like that before, including like the 2009 specials, but yeah, it's a rare occasion when the Doctor doesn't have the help of a companion at his side. So my ratings now. So the visuals, well, like I say, they didn't use a lot of CGI visuals in it. They did for the scenery of midnight, like just some CG green screen stuff. The rest of the effects were sort of practical, and yeah, like I say, this was like done very cheaply, like in one small room. So the visuals, I'll give it a 5. The writing, I'll give that an 8. The performances, I'll give that a 9. And my personal score, I'll give it an 8. This is a good episode and I recommend it. So yeah, have you seen this one? Let me know what you think down in the comments below. If you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, share with your friends. Feel free to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and to hit that notification bell. I upload every Tuesday and Saturday, so yes, I will be reviewing another Doctor Who story this Saturday, because I just took a week's break, that's all. So yeah, until next time, run for your life.